Time to get ready for the Larry and Needles Show.
Hey everybody. Hey, welcome to the Larry and Needles Show. Glad to be here. I'm Larry.
There's no Needles today.
Needles is not present.
But I'm Kiki.
Down and forth. Where's Needles anyways, huh?
Well,
We're hearing contradicting stories.
Are we?
Yeah. But I heard, he's kind of into the gerbil scene. Richard Gere back in the day in the 80s, the gerbils.
Mm-hmm. Kidding me.
So Mikey's house, he's got all those like tubes going all over the damn house.
There's like a habit trail leading to his ass.
Exactly. And one of his gerbils got a little frisky, so he had to put him in the side cage. But this was a clever gerbil. He escaped and he let all the other gerbils out. So he's in a frenzy over there trying to get them all back together.
I thought it was just some kind of tie-up in Boys Town, but it's something more complicated.
Yeah.
I heard it was a sex change. He went for a sex change.
Oh, hey, maybe he went down to Tijuana?
Yeah, they're going to change him into a boy.
I had a sex change about
So
4 years ago.
Hopefully, Needles.
He'll
Hopefully,
be okay.
catch everything and get everything going back to normal.
Yeah, even though he couldn't be here, we didn't want to let you, our wonderful fans down. And
He's still around. He's just got to fix Gerbil Town.
he'll be here next week. And
So, yeah.
So yeah, that's good. And we got Mark here filling his space, so
Yeah,
that's always
And
great.
in honor of Needles, he's going to blame the Jews for it.
He was very honorable.
Yeah. It was the Jews' fault.
So how you doing, Mark?
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on the
I'm
show.
good. I'm good. Yeah.
I invited Mark on last couple weeks, and he thought we had some kind of nefarious plan. He didn't want to come.
Well, yeah. yeah.
Probably right to a little extent, but
Honestly.
but that's what we do here.
I get
We
it.
kid around, we joke, we have
Yeah,
fun.
I get it.
So Adam sent me, Kiki, he sent me a real cool thing, like to my 1400s facts and stuff. You remember what you sent me?
I forgot what it was, but it was great.
Yeah, it was.
I love those facts. Those are
the
awesome.
origins of the word shit.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, check this out. This
It's
is
not
crazy.
even a bad word.
Right.
I've never heard this before. This is actually pretty
Okay,
cool.
yeah. So years ago, when they'd be shipping around the manure around the United States, when it was a new country or whatever, it was causing problems because dudes would be having cigarettes in the hold and the stuff would catch on fire. It was very flammable.
Well, it's combustible.
And it would burn the whole ship down. So they started writing shit on the side of the crates that was holding the cow manure and stuff, and it meant stack high in transit.
Yeah, so they would want to put it on the top
And
of the
want to
ship.
put it high so it doesn't burn down their whole ship, and it keeps them guys from catching it on fire and stuff. And it became synonymous with
Stack
shit.
that shit way up there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a wild story. It makes sense, though.
And so it's really not even what you think it means. It doesn't mean like,
Yeah, it's not- yeah.
something shit. What does that mean? It's stacked high.
Yeah,
and
just put your shit
they
on the
move
top
it
shelf, I
around.
guess.
But yeah, that's just one of those things.
That's
so.
pretty wild. Yeah, I'm surprised I've never heard that term before. But that's actually, it was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
that was a good one. And I learned some good facts about Harvey, Illinois. You guys know Harvey?
Harvey,
Oh, yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I should have grabbed a beer. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways,
That one.
yeah, we'll scream for Mary to grab us another one. How about that when we need it?
Tell us about Harvey.
Here's what happened, man. Harvey started in like the middle 1800s. It was the South Lawn area neighborhood of Chicago, South Side. Very affluent, very nice, and they started a lot of something like 11 or 13 car factories, a lot of metal
Oh,
plants.
yes,
They
yes,
made
I've heard
fucking
this, yes,
springs. They
right.
made car parts and shit. And when that kind of stuff dried up,
Yes.
the economy kind of dried up because that was the only kind of businesses they had in the whole town. So they had, you know, they went from 5,000 people down to like, you know, 2,000 people down to just lower and lower numbers every year. The percentage was something like 20% less people each year after like 1960
Right.
or
Well,
something.
if there's no work.
Yeah, and it was fucked up. And
It's still fucked up.
and it was, yeah, oh yeah, it's one of the most fucked up places,
Right.
man. In
It's next to some other town.
by
that's just as fucked up.
1930 or something, I think they said it was 66% black. And by 1978, there was no whites left at all. But in 1960, and there was a lot of race riots and shit in the 60s, and especially in Harvey, you know, shit would kick off over any little fucking thing. So they had this thing, what they called was the gin bottle riot.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, man,
All right.
it was real cool. It was a really cool
And
story.
when was this?
This was in 1964 in Harvey, Illinois, the south side suburb of Chicago. And it's a fucking ghetto.
Yeah.
It's ghetto as fuck.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
dangerous
Harvey.
fucking place. Well, the Harvey woman is at the Foremost Liquor in Dixmoor, Illinois. And there's a street, it's 147th Street is the boundary for Dixmoor and Harvey. It's like, you know, another fucking shithole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
down
And
south,
so she's at the
147th, yes.
Foremost Liquors. She steals a bottle of gin. The liquor store owner sees her and grabs her, throws her on the fucking floor of the liquor store and starts pounding on her, punching the shit out of her.
Oh, man.
A lot of people are hanging out in front of the liquor store, you know.
That's how it is out
That's
there.
that. And
Yeah.
so they notice this and they fucking get real pissed off and go crazy. And they all riot. They come in, they fucking start stealing like crazy from the liquor
man.
store.
No shit, huh?
Makes
Fucking
sense.
break all the windows.
The gin riot.
Yeah,
I
it's the
see.
gin
They
bottle
raided the
riot.
liquor
And it
store,
started
yeah.
over this
Gin
lady
bottle.
stealing
Stealing
one
bottle.
bottle of booze.
Yeah.
So everyone's real fucking, you know, they're up in arms because they fucking, this guy's beating a lady, although she
one
is
of their
stealing
own.
from
Right.
his store.
She took one bottle, and they got mad that she stole one bottle and took more.
Well, no, they got mad because he was beating her.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she took a bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So
Which he shouldn't have been beating on her.
Yeah. but
Right.
again, they shouldn't have raided the store and sold
But
more
the-
bottles.
Well, and then the other thing was, and they didn't just stop at fucking up the Foremost Liquor
I
Store.
see, it
It
continued.
burnt down several block area.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, it became a riot, man.
Wow.
It was really bad.
Excellent.
It was over 1,000 people involved in this
Really?
riot.
Oh, man.
When did this happen?
This is
We weren't born yet?
1964. We
Yeah,
weren't
just
born.
before,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you
years
think
before I
about
was
it.
born, yeah.
Anybody that's hanging out outside a liquor store,
Sure.
It's trouble, right?
yeah,
right.
they don't have the
Looking
most
for
common
booze.
sense.
Yes.
So they're looking for any reason
Yeah.
possible to try to get
Yeah.
something going.
Yeah,
and stuff.
they're-
And
And like-
there were- yeah, it's
Aggressive
bad.
of
It's just
nature.
a bad
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. Well, why is this guy beating on this woman? Take the bottle and kick her out.
Yeah,
Right, that
say,
too,
bitch,
right,
if I
right.
see you in here again,
Yeah.
you can't come in here anymore. And you
Yeah.
call, and you know, write
He
it
was
off
probably a
as
real
a
jerk
fucking
to begin
loss.
with, and
Yeah.
so yeah,
Right,
And
and,
if
he's had a
also he's
reputation
probably
for
getting
that.
fucked with all day.
Yes.
Well, yeah. So he's
You know,
getting
He had a
Pent up
yes,
energy and
yes.
stuff.
It was
The
a
guy
lot of
there-
both sides here of just exactly.
The guy that says, "Hey, you know what?" to his buddies, like we're sitting around, I'm gonna open a liquor store in the fucking deep into the ghetto, man. Hey, have a good time, buddy.
yeah, right. But that's what you
Good
have to-
luck with that.
You need that bulletproof glass and that slider.
Yes, but that was before that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Liquor
people
door.
are welcome.
It's a
in-
liquor
Yeah,
door,
right.
not a liquor store.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And you know what? I've been to those liquor stores. Obviously, we all have and stuff. And
They gotta
I was
buzz
at
you
this
in.
recording studio in Florida, and we went there every day to record. And it was on this. The street was called Biscayne, and it was in Miami. And I had to go pick up
I know
liquor
Biscayne,
for the
though.
guy every single day before the session. And
Same
it was
type
in
of
this
deal.
parking lot, and they'd be all hanging out and shit. It's just like, holy
Yeah,
fuck,
scary
man.
those parking lots.
It's
in
crazy,
Miami.
but it was cool, and I went there. I still did it because I knew the guy would have plenty of fucking, other things. And
It was just part of the routine.
it was fucking weird, but in this riot, 30 injuries, 25 people got arrested.
Wow.
So people were getting hurt, but
Well, and the foremost liquor store got destroyed.
and it got fucking destroyed. They showed pictures of it on this article I was looking, when I was reading about this shit, and it was just fucking. The windows weren't broke; they were fucking gone.
Yeah.
Shit was hanging out. It looked like they might have even burnt that down a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
And they took
Nice.
all the fucking Cools and Newports
Newports they
and
could get their
fucking-
hands on. Yes, sir. And Martell.
And this guy's probably thinking, "Damn, I should have just let her take that bottle of fucking
Yeah,
beef
right.
eater,
I was
whatever
gonna
the
say,
fuck
yeah,
it
it would have
was."
been
$10, especially back
Another
in 60,
lazy afternoon at
Yeah.
Harvey.
Yeah.
You just let her
Back in
walk with
60
the gin.
Yeah,
back
it
in
was probably-
'64. How much was a bottle of beef?
It's for like
eater?
a dollar and
That too.
30.
Yeah,
no
seriously.
shit. Yeah.
Oh man.
Right. and what was she stealing? Like not even a bottle. One of them little bottles.
I don't know that
It
exact
was probably a
detail.
pint or something.
Even if it was a big bottle. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
like, oh man.
Yeah, even if she's taking a handle, you still don't beat the person.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
And plus,
yeah.
it's a man beating a woman. It was a
Sure.
woman.
Yeah.
It was the '60s though.
It was the 60s.
Well, they had every right to protest.
Yeah. Well, that's why you try to sleep on things for 24 hours.
That's
At least,
it,
well,
man.
Right.
It's like just take the bottle from. It's like here's the thing too.
Honestly,
it wasn't like
yeah.
it was like a man that you have to fight him for the bottle. You just take the bottle.
Sure.
First.
Yeah, you go, give me
Yes,
that, and say,
right.
get out of
Yeah,
here,
it's
and
like-
kick her in the ass, and that's
Yeah.
the end of it.
Exactly.
Not
Yes, she
beat
didn't
her
need to be
down.
beat. No.
And if she had a nice ass, you say, "Hey, you want to work for
man.
the bottle?"
Yeah.
I saw this chick and this black chick the other day in Woodman's. Holy Jesus. My eyes almost popped out of my head. And she, she was dressed very ghetto, but she knew what she was doing. She
I
knew-
like that even more.
She was amazing. She was amazing. I was just like, damn. I was looking at her so hard that I was like, if her boyfriend or dad, whoever the fuck was with her, I was ready to practice
another
Krav
Harvey
Maga.
Ride.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'll
fucking
tell you.
care.
Oh, there's this black woman that, she's a woman because she's probably like maybe 30, at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy. And they wear those, I don't know, whatever those special spandex are now that
Yeah,
really
yeah.
show off the ass. It just
Yeah. Well, they make that shit where they have,
They got extra asses in them.
and they got
Well,
ones too that
yeah,
where, the spandex will stretch where it needs to and then push up the
the
ass and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, like
and other
makes it,
places,
yeah.
like it's got some kind of fucking,
Forming.
right, some kind of like iron beams in there or something.
it's the same
Support.
shit. Same
It's
shit.
Yeah,
Support.
support. That's
same
the
shit
exact
Support in
word
the
I'm
right
looking for,
places.
Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the stuff Needles wears to crop.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same ones on there.
We had one of the bartender that had a fake butt.
Really?
Oh, yeah. those booties.
At a restaurant. She had a fake butt. I mean, it worked, man. She had a
Well, I'm
great
sure.
fucking
Look,
ass,
I'm
but
sure it
yeah,
worked.
It worked great.
I'll
for her.
tell you what. When I was in
It was
Brazil,
totally fake.
20 years ago. I mean, they were like the number one
They had
plastic
fake bra.
surgery.
Really?
Oh yeah, like on their asses. Like that's
man.
just
She
number
She had
one
pads.
place in the
She had
world.
padded things.
Well, yeah,
on.
but they would get the fillers. put
yeah,
in
right. Yeah,
Brazil,
strippers do that shit. Yeah.
But oh
That
my
shit is so
goodness.
fucking dangerous
It is,
to
yeah.
do in real life, man. Like it looks good and shit, but
I'm
like I
honestly
wouldn't
not a
want my
huge booty
girlfriend
guy.
or wife to do that and shit. I remember one of my ex-girlfriends always, I want fake tits, I want fake tits. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then, years later after she broke up with me, she showed up at some game. I'm like, look,
With
I'm
fake
like,
tits.
"Ah, it looks okay, but at the same time,
Yeah, especially
You
when
just-
you know.
you
you
know.
know,
right, yeah.
yeah,
And
man.
once you find out or know, it's just like you can tell they're fake usually, anyways. But
Well,
it's
especially like
not
when they
right.
get them and they're super solid. It's like, oh, jeez, 180. But whatever.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's not fair. It's
you
just
know,
not
wouldn't
fair.
you be worried you
can't
get
enjoy
this
them.
fucking thing in your ass and shit? Now it's this bag of whatever filled with some kind of whatever, and now you're sitting on it and giving it all this fucking stress all the time.
Oh yeah, what happens if that?
Wouldn't you be
explodes?
afraid? Yeah, and when it does, dude, shit, people fucking get real sick and die. They get
I never
cancer.
thought about this. You're gonna pop it over.
Yeah, well,
from
those
everyday
chicks,
use.
the
They are-
tits leak and stuff, and that
I
shit
guess,
goes into them, and
yeah,
they get like I don't know if it's called toxic shock syndrome, but it's
Something
something like
that
that,
can't be
like
good
some
in
kind
your
of
body,
fucking
right.
what do they call
Yeah, it can't be. It's chemical. It's a chemical in your blood.
There's
your
got to be a
system.
leakage, yeah, some kind of
sepsis of some kind, or
Yes,
some
exactly,
kind
yes,
of toxic
yeah.
chemical reaction
Right,
of,
right,
you know.
Well, and I think they're only good for
They
so
don't
many
fill
years,
the
too.
bag with unnecessary old human tit material that they have
No,
left
no, no,
over.
it's
It's
a
some kind of
chemical, yeah,
fake shit, you
right,
know.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's
it's,
the thing. They don't last forever.
No,
it's
they
right,
don't.
and you gotta eventually do something about it.
Did you guys
I'd rather
ever-
just have someone stuff their brow with Kleenex or something. Honestly.
Yeah,
you know?
right. And yeah, just be a little
Seriously, because
disappointed.
by the time I get you home, I'm all drunk anyways. It
Yeah.
don't make a difference.
Well, and the thing is, if the brow's coming off, it's going to be a good night anyways. most
Exactly,
of the time,
right.
So it's like, who
really,
cares?
you know,
You
you
have a
don't have to fake it
That's
completely.
more of a symbolic fucking
Right,
point where you
exactly.
know, okay.
You lured me in,
Yeah.
you got me.
You guys remember the story? I don't know if it was at O'Hare, like somewhere like by O'Hare Airport. There was a hotel there, but there was this Asian woman given like silicone, injecting silicone into women,
Sure.
and women were paying
Right there
in
on the
in the
spot?
hotel. Like they take her to a hotel room, and it's like,
yeah.
why would a woman?
man.
And like this was silicone from like Home Depot.
Sure,
Like-
like actual.
From a caulk gun.
Yes,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Probably. I mean,
Oh man.
Same type of
Could have
materials.
been,
they
but
do
yeah,
that.
Dude.
Yes,
oh yeah,
yes, sir.
she was.
Yeah,
I
silicone
mean, she got
injections.
arrested because women were just dying.
I would imagine they
And it's
were
like-
getting very
But it's
ill.
like,
and
what kind of
dying.
woman is she that desperate? That
Well,
she's
these
going
are.
to a
bitches
hotel
want to look
room?
good,
Yes,
man.
these
Yeah,
women
it's
are
like-
that desperate. Some of them, yes. And
It's
they're
like-
Here's
Yeah,
the thing, man.
Desperate.
These rods want to fuck just as bad as we do. But here's the
They're
problem
afraid.
is they're in charge of the pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
See, so that gives them all the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can pretend they don't like guys. They can pretend, this and that. And you don't know what's going on. You believe them, you don't believe them. It doesn't matter if you believe them or not. They still are in charge of the pussy.
Yeah.
It's the power of the pussy.
I mean, I'll
It's
tell
just
you
how
what,
that works.
I've known some good-looking dudes over my life that actually had power over the pussy.
Sure,
but
yeah.
It's it's not as normal as the power of
No.
the pussy.
No.
No, nothing's more powerful than that.
Yeah,
Eventually,
yeah.
that takes over all. But how about these people, like these chicks that will be like a drug mule and get like big packs of fucking drugs sewed into their ass, like an ass implant.
Yeah, right.
You can see that it's like a square. The bitch has half a key sewed into her butt cheek, and it's like, what the fuck? You ever see
And
that?
she's wearing
on-
tight
My
ass
ass
pants.
implant. I just had an ass implant.
But you can
done.
see
It failed.
huge fucking
can see
scar
it,
with
yeah.
Frankenstein stitches going down.
Yeah.
and
A real
shit.
badass.
You can almost see like the scorpion imprint on the cocaine fucking.
Like
Horrible,
if
man.
either the cops at Buster have to take her directly to the hospital and get that removed, or
Yeah.
she's got to get to where she's going and get that directly removed because it's
Well,
causing
that's the other thing,
problems,
yeah.
man.
Right. That's a
and
surgery.
if it rips open, she's
Yes.
dead within
She's
minutes.
overdosing
They
like a
literally
mom.
put it inside her skin, under her.
Mark,
Yeah.
they fucking
Tissue.
sew fucking some kind of vacuum sealed package of fucking dope underneath someone's ass in
Come
their
on.
ass. Yes, yes.
Wow.
And they get busted now because they got these new scanners.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they could see right in there, and
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
"There's an anomaly. No one has,
Yeah.
what's this thing?"
They can tell
in
if
her-
if you were around drugs within 24 hours or something now.
I
They
guess with
literally
this
know.
shit, they would know if you fucking swallowed condoms and
Yes.
had the shit in your stomach. They could
Yeah,
see
they
it
can
with
tell.
this new
They know.
gear.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
some
sure.
device
There's
that
gonna
you-
be a way to beat the system eventually. They always find a way, but it's gonna take a while. Dude, that's why I actually want to move down to Florida, hang out by the Keys, because anytime there's a hurricane,
Yeah.
it's like winning the lotto.
They
All
never
of a
hit
sudden-
the keys.
Well, no,
Drugs
well,
come floating
The Keys,
ashore.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of a
no,
sudden you
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Keys
no.
come floating in.
yeah. All of a sudden you have 80 pounds of blow or money.
That's why they call it the keys.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
loved it
right.
down there. I went down there. I loved it, man.
That's like-
cute little neighborhood.
Yeah, but you didn't find
right.
any fucking bale of cocaine.
No, I wasn't
while-
on the beach that much either. But had I known this, I would have looked a little longer. Would have stuck around more. But
Seriously, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the
the
shit.
beach
right
is nice
there.
there too.
And then,
There's like
you know,
two beaches. There's
As long
two
as you
sides
don't
to
have
it,
any
sort of.
assholes like filming you on the camera, like, oh, look at this guy getting a package out of the, it's
Yeah,
like,
you
no.
probably
Well,
look at
that's the
camera.
thing, man. You
these
got to
days.
kill everyone in sight.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you get a big fucking
You
parcel,
could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
Early enough sometime. You could do it.
yeah, you
I
lure
can-
them in. Hey, you want us to take a picture of what this
Well,
is and
here's
destroy
the
it?
thing these days. Like, okay, when I remember being in this fucking hotel room that was just this guy's apartment that had a huge. He was this real rich guy married to this hot chick, and he had like 3 stories in this building, and 2 of them he made into like a hotel. So we're basically an apartment.
Oh, so like his friends can stay there or something? Like,
Anyone can stay there. We found him
man.
online and shit. So we were staying in Buenos Aires and we were like in the city. And I'm
Holy
watching
shit.
this girl across the thing, and she's every day watering the plants in her underwear and stuff, and she has no idea. I can see her. So you're at the beach in those high-rise hotels. You have no idea which guy, 18th floor, 5th floor, 10th floor. There's got to be someone looking at all times.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Going, oh man, that guy just picked something up. Honey, wake up. Look. You know, what is it, George? And the wife comes and goes,
right.
Sure.
oh man, he's got
Chances are
coke.
pretty
And then
good,
pretty
yeah.
soon, you know, they know.
Yeah. But if you can actually get that shit out of there quick, oh man.
You're set. If you're fucking, here's the ideal fucking dream, right?
It's like, what do you do?
You're jet skiing by and you're
There
staying
you go,
somewhere
yeah.
else and you're fucking,
Hightail down.
yeah.
But maybe you're on your bike or something, you know, you just happen to see the check it
Also,
out
though,
and
I've
luck
seen
out.
ski
them
would be
walking
the ideal,
down,
though.
up and down the beach, though,
Right.
in Mexico and shit. I didn't see this anywhere else. I saw it in Mexico with machine guns
Well,
and shit.
Mexico,
Jamaica
Jamaica,
too,
Jamaica
they
will
got-
do that. Yeah, like Puerto Rico.
They
they'll
did
do
in
that.
Mexico,
Yeah.
too.
Then
where-
4-wheel drives up and on the beach, machine guns
Yeah.
on their shoulders.
But no, that reminds
Two
me of
of
a
them.
thing. I always wanted to rob a
cops.
bank back in the day.
Yeah,
Rob a bank during the blizzard on snowmobiles.
that's
Like,
the shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't
Pretty
even
good
get to you.
idea.
You
When
can
the snow
take your
is falling
sweet
and
ass
shit.
time.
Yeah.
The
Well,
cops are stuck.
and I worked for a
Well-
security company too, so I knew like the procedures on a lot of shit. Not that I wouldn't.
I had a
rob
friend that
bank.
used to rob
You
banks.
got to park your snowmobiles.
I was in a band with
Well,
him.
eventually you drive them to a pickup spot, and the
Sure.
truck picks you up.
Okay,
drops
yeah, I
you
get
off
you.
somewhere.
You
and
take off on the
Oh,
escape.
yeah.
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 Yeah. But yeah, we knew bank robber. He knew more than I did, but this guy's incredible.
He robbed,
man.
but here's the thing. He
Fucking
said it
amazing.
was almost like a job because
Sure, you never get enough.
Yeah, well, first of all, usually because he had a drug problem, and he had to rob a bank like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week because
They don't carry much money.
yeah,
you don't
he'd
really
get like
get much
5,
in.
10 grand at a good one. You know, sometimes it'd only be 2, 3
Yeah.
grand.
Right.
And and that doesn't travel far when you're
These
living like a
days, like,
big
2
shot
doors
and you're
open,
fucking
2
a
tellers.
gangster. You know what I
And you're
mean?
addicted to drugs.
Yes.
Right. Couple grand ain't much at all.
Oh no.
Especially for what you go through to get it and the
Yes,
risk
yes,
that you
yeah,
fucking take.
right.
And he did a lot of time. He did
crazy.
like
Any robbery.
17 years behind bars in 2 different stints.
These are all
Those
armed,
armed
right?
robbery?
He did it with
Yeah.
arms.
Both. He did it both ways.
Yeah.
He did it with notes. He did it quietly. Sometimes he would go in he would sometimes do a speedball and go in there
crazy.
wild
Yeah.
and fucking. He said it was pretty fun.
Just by himself?
I bet.
He was
Dude, that's-
alone?
I mean-
Well, he would have a helper sometimes,
That's
usually a
crazy,
girlfriend,
man.
getaway driver
Sure,
or
sure.
something.
Well, I'll tell you what though, banks don't carry cash anymore. 2 years
No,
ago,
no.
I'm
There's
like,
only 2 tellers.
Yeah, he said it was like a regular job. He had to work all the time.
Yeah, no,
It was
I'm
like,
like,
holy shit,
I need
what
to
are you doing?
withdraw-
I'm a bank
How
robber.
about Erickson, the bank robber with the bookstore?
We knew another bank
Hanover
robber.
Park story, yeah.
oh no shit.
Yeah, the guy from Hanover Park. He got shot in the building downtown. Remember in the
Yeah, in the federal building.
The whole story. Erickson, him and his wife were robbing banks.
Luke Perry played him on some made-for-TV
Yeah.
Oh, no
movie.
shit.
Yeah. He had a used
crazy.
bookstore right here in Roselle. Closed on Mondays. Mondays were the
Or
days he robbed the
Tuesdays
fucking
or
banks.
something. It was
Mondays.
Tuesday.
He was closed on Monday.
I think it was Tuesday.
Maybe it was Tuesday. I don't
It
know. He was
was.
closed one day a week, and we couldn't figure out why. Why the fuck is he closed?
And
just
his
one
wife
day?
got gunned
No,
down
he'd
on
be there
Bear
on Tuesdays all
Flag
sweaty. He's closed on Mondays because we go in on
Listen,
He's all
Tuesdays. He'd
fucking
be all
anxious on
sweaty.
Tuesdays.
Seriously, was closed Tuesday. That was when the bank robberies happened. I would
He's all
bring him
anxious
books
the
all
next
the time.
day,
He
yeah.
was right down the block.
Maybe it
That's
was
crazy.
Tuesdays.
They caught
Then
his
Wednesdays
wife
he
on
was
Bear
also
Flag Road in Hanover Park off of fucking Lake Street. She went in that little subdivision. The cops just didn't even chase her because there's only one way in and out. And they just waited
damn.
for her.
Yeah.
And on the exit, they
Gunned her
fucking
down.
like Bonnie and Clyde.
That's
you
crazy.
know that end fucking scene in Bonnie
He
and Clyde.
escaped MCC
Yeah.
then and shot himself.
I guess they shot the shit out of him. And the weird part is they were 2 really dorks. You'd ask them any question about any book or author or
Yeah,
any
yeah.
genre,
They
they
knew
knew
everything.
everything.
Yeah, like nerds.
So this bookstore was just for them to launder money.
Yeah.
Because I would think,
Well, and
how do
they-
they make money?
Right.
They would
And they
sell shit for
enjoyed
like
reading
5
books.
cents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the books were super cheap. They wouldn't pay much for them either, and it was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah,
here?
and it
But
was
that's how
just
they
for
made
them
it.
to fucking
Launder money.
tell their family, yeah, we run a bookstore. 'cause
Bookstores
you can't
doing
tell them.
great.
Dude, that's so wild.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
they went out every week and steal a car and plant it and shit.
Yeah, they did it every single week, once a week without fail.
that doesn't sound like too much planning.
They would steal a car, and then it's a getaway car, and the cops started figuring out they always stole the same type of car. the same
And
kind
then they
of.
robbed in the same.
So then they
day, too.
planted some of these cars,
Yes,
these types
that's
of
what they
cars
did.
around
Yeah.
different banks in the area that they didn't rob yet.
Damn,
They stole one of the cars. They're like, "There's our guy,"
Yeah.
that's crazy.
and he used the thing in a bank robbery. They chase him. They get in the fucking thing. They get busted. The girl gets away somehow. I forgot how she gets away. He's busted though, but they know about her. They got all the information.
Yeah.
Once they get him. This guy, here's what he does. His name was Erickson. Here's what he does. He says, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Can you move these handcuffs into the front, because
Yeah.
he's a real meek, mild guy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
very
telling you, pencil
bad.
neck dork
Right.
geek.
Yeah, you're like, all right, this
You'd
guy's not
never
gonna do
expect
anything.
it.
Yeah.
He's
And
already been in
and
custody
he's-
for a while.
Right,
Going
he's already
down
been in
to
jail
bring him.
for a
He's
while,
in
a
federal
couple of
court
months.
downtown. Yeah, he's
He's sizing everyone up that's escorting him. There's a woman and some other little twerp. So he just fucking bang, gets the gun, shoots the cops in the elevator, fucking blasts someone else. They gun him down in the fucking.
down the
Yeah,
alley.
in the
He gets
fucking-
out the building. They got him in the alley.
But right there, he doesn't get fired at all. He's
Yeah.
still handcuffed and shit. And
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was on the news.
yeah, it was crazy. And I'm like, holy fuck, that's the guy
the
that
guy,
runs the
yeah.
bookstore. I was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. You're so close to something. You talk. It's like, yeah,
And you
this
never
guy tells me
know.
about a
Right.
bug, this
You
and
never,
that.
ever
Yeah,
know.
it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was amazing.
No, but that's even the thing with banks, though. I remember 2 years ago, I went to a bank. I needed like $17,000 cash,
Uh-huh.
and I asked for the cash. And they're
No.
like, oh no, we're like, well, we need a week to get that
Yeah,
cash. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
a week?
yeah.
What do you mean? We're like, well, we only have like $12,000 to go, to support us for the entire week. I'm like, really?
Wow.
Like, I had to order that kind of money? I'm like, I was just crazy. I didn't realize that's how it was in banks. But
Yeah.
everything's mostly digital now, if you really
Right,
think
it's all-
about it.
Electronic money, paper money, whatever.
Yeah,
you call it.
frightening.
It's crazy.
It's
It
in
is.
the, it's just in the air money. It's practically all digital now. I mean,
Well, I don't. If is it one of those things to protect banks from, if all of a sudden everybody wants to withdraw all their money at
that
once?
too. Yeah, we just don't have
Like,
enough to
we
give
don't have
you.
money.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way,
That's
that's
kinda
never
freaky.
good.
That's a good question. I don't know if that's the thing. I just think they don't have the amount of money.
People don't deal with cash anymore.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't had a checkbook in years because I just pay everything online. Everything.
Yeah, everybody uses their debit
Right.
cards, credit cards. Nobody uses.
direct deposit. Most of my money goes right to the bank account
Yeah.
anyway. So
There's
Nobody
probably
deals with
not
cash
enough.
anymore.
There's definitely not enough money to cover what they say everybody has.
no,
There's not enough cash
I'm sure there's
bills.
not.
no, not anymore. No.
Dude, I remember there was a crazy story. I remember driving home from
I
work
thought I brought the bong, but I guess I didn't. Yeah.
down in
I
San
got a
Diego.
joint if I smoke a joint.
Yeah.
There was people that, I don't know if they were drug dealers or robbed a bank or something. But they were
Mm-hmm.
driving north on I-5 from San Diego.
Okay.
And these guys were on the freeway, and they were getting chased by cops. And their plan, they had all this cash. They just started
Yeah,
throwing
Whipping
cash
it out
heard
the
about
window.
this.
out
Yes,
their windows.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was on the news. Everything. They just start throwing cash out, and then everybody behind them.
Traffic is just.
Oh yeah, they stopped going to grab the money. There was videos of people yelling like,
That's an
on the side of
excellent
the road, picking up the
idea.
cash.
Did they get away? They got away, no?
I don't remember if they got away or not.
Pretty
but-
good tactic.
Yeah,
Slowed them down.
Yeah.
yeah, it was brilliant because. I
And
was
then
like,
by the time they
damn.
catch you, what are you talking about? We don't have any money. It was rob what?
Yeah, right. It's like,
Exactly.
I wish I was behind them. But yeah, I mean, bus drivers pulled over.
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Stop the bus. Stop the
Yeah,
bus.
yeah, it was great.
They had, one time, an armored car or something happened like that too somewhere, and a bunch of money went flying over the roads. Bags of money. They found them. People were grabbing them and shit too.
Yeah, crazy. You guys ever see that video down in South Africa?
I don't know.
It's like an old special forces guy driving an armored truck, and he's got another guy sitting next to him. He's like a rookie. And they're just driving along. All of a sudden, this
Oh, yeah,
car comes
yeah.
beside, all
I
beside
did
him,
see that.
starts shooting. The windows they don't explode because they're bulletproof. But then this guy's got a high tail. He's like, call for backup, this and that. Get that AR
They
ready.
start shooting.
Yeah, well, and he's driving this thing like he's done it before. It's pretty badass. And they got a little shootout. But yeah, he's saved and then he got robbed.
Those new trucks, man, they are built like a fucking. I mean, it is armorish and square and impenetrable
Oh, the armored
as you
ones?
could be. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're
the
the
window on there
beasts.
looks like you're looking
Yeah,
through a
yeah.
submarine or
yeah.
Yeah,
something.
totally
4 inches thick.
tactical, almost
And
like
not
military
big
shit.
either. It's not like a regular. It's not like you're in a Cadillac. Hey, I can see everything. It's
They
fucking
might as well have
weird.
a gun on top. They could put a gun on top of the thing, and it would
Oh,
be
yeah.
But the guys inside have guns.
Yeah,
now,
they're
how does
loaded.
that work? I mean, don't juice it up with that
No.
shit. Yeah, don't. Now, the guys inside that have the guns that are protecting this money, they're authorized to shoot you? I mean,
Probably,
if they
yeah.
protect
I mean,
this money, do they get...
If that,
In trouble?
I would imagine if you get your
If,
gun
no,
out
if you're
first,
getting
you
shot
probably
at,
shoot
if you're
'em.
getting shot at, you
Yeah.
can fire back because that's your
Yes.
protecting your
Right,
life.
your own life. You're
But
right.
like if they're driving on the highway, they're not shooting at these guys driving along just because the other damage they can do. But
So if you don't
is
have a
South
gun
Africa,
or a
too.
weapon, well, yeah, that's a whole nother scenario. I'm talking about here in Chicago. If you don't have a gun and you start heisting, and you go, hey, I'm unarmed and shit, they won't shoot you?
if they're unarmed, they probably won't.
Yeah,
I know when I used to work for
if you're
banks
not a
doing
threat
security.
with a gun yourself, they won't shoot you. No.
No, yeah, like in the major banks in the city, like they always told their tellers, like if somebody comes in
Yeah, let them take it.
to rob the bank, yeah,
Give it
they're
to
like
'em.
the
Yeah.
money's insured.
Right, give it.
You
to
let
them.
them go and don't hit the alarm until they're
Yeah,
gone.
don't cause any problems. Just
Well, no,
give 'em
'cause
the money.
the main
Don't get
thing is-
yourself
Right,
killed.
exactly.
Well, no, they don't want a hostage situation
Yeah,
because that
exactly.
is
Right.
big money.
Right.
They're gonna lose
Dog
they can
day
lose a lot of
afternoon.
money.
lawsuits and everything.
Yeah,
Just
they're
let 'em-
like,
give them the money, let them leave.
Let them leave
Yeah.
because the odds are
They
we'll
tell you at
probably
the
get 'em.
convenience store too.
Yeah.
If you're getting robbed, give them whatever they want and let them get out the store. Then
Your
call
life's
the
not
cops.
worth
Yeah.
it.
It's not worth it. Ask them what they want. Be generous. Be generous. Give them more. Just
Chris knew how to open the
Exactly.
thing to get the die pack out first and all this. And he said a couple times they loaded it with another one. Sometimes they put two
two,
and boom, all
That's
over.
Crazy.
Now he's spending this money that's blue shit.
Yeah. Oh man,
Right.
that's risky.
And he
See
told
those
me he would
bills
sit
down
there.
them?
Yeah, he'd sit there and fucking get high. He was like, he was into partying heavy meth and heroin, whatever.
Oh,
fucking
man.
heavy partier.
Yeah, he started to rob banks.
And he would listen to
Yeah.
the police scanner after he was home with his drugs.
listen
and-
what- yeah,
and
how it's going.
He'd laugh and he'd be like, he goes, I felt like a king because
Yeah,
they'd be talking about me and saying that motherfucker and we'll get him and all this and wherever he is and whatever they say on the
Sure,
police
sure.
scanners.
Yeah. What was this, like
Man.
20, 30 years ago or even longer?
Not that long ago.
Not even. It wasn't that long ago. He was the last batch
Tell
of
them what
banks.
happened. Tell them. Just
Okay,
tell
the
them what
last
happened.
the last thing that happened was I was in a band with this guy and he was telling me this story and he said I did 9, one time I got busted for a bank robbery. They produced films and connected me to 9 other fucking bank robberies. They got like fucking, he did like
shit.
7 fucking years. Another time he did like, because it was a second offense, they hit him with like 10 years, but he only did like, 8 of them or whatever and shit. And he's like, you don't know the feeling when you're standing there in front of a judge and he says 10 years and you're just like,
Ugh, yeah.
and so
No, you definitely don't. Like, oh,
yeah, and so his dad was this old man by the time I met him, he was done doing it. He's working as an auto mechanic and he's just not making enough money. And all of a sudden, and he told me, I'm going to wait till my dad dies. But he didn't. He didn't.
Oh.
He didn't wait. And he also told me, and next time if I get busted, I'm just going to kill myself because I'm not ever going to jail
Yeah,
again.
never do prison
He's
no
like,
more.
you're living in a fucking cell
Ugh.
with another man with your head next to
God,
a toilet.
I couldn't imagine.
He's like, fuck that shit.
I did 30
So-
days without another guy, and it was enough for me. Fuck.
Yeah. And so he started hearing on the radio in this area, all the banks around here. I'm like, Mary, that sounds like Chris. And it was him. And then they
Holy
bust
shit.
him. He's in front of Glenbard High School. He walks into a Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee, and there's cops in there, and they recognize him and like, hey, Chris. And he just walks out and starts walking down the street. They're like, hey, come here. And he just pulls out a gun right in front of the high school. Pow!
Man.
Blows his own brains out.
so
right in
it
front.
wasn't even after a robbery or something.
No, they were
noticed-
just looking for him. They
Yeah.
knew he did it. They
Oh,
knew it was
man.
him. Because, you know, he had the rep once you're a fucking bank robber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
Right,
They
it had to
don't.
be
Yeah.
him. It's not like it happens every day. A new person
Oh,
comes on the
man.
scene for this. It's
So
Yeah,
he
and-
just knew. Holy.
Yeah. And with a ferocity, like I was hearing on the news, they were almost like in another bank, like the people that were announcing it are in shock because it's like
Yeah, he did
every
like-
other day it's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was
man,
so
he's on a
common.
spree.
A spree of in a matter of a week. He like 3 or 4 banks.
Yeah.
right
Why
around
did
here.
he
the
stay
Chase
around
Bank.
here afterwards?
Because he had to take care of his dad that was like 90 years old
all right.
and shit.
That
Because the
makes
guy
sense.
still had a good heart, you know,
Yeah.
just because he's a fucking
Bank,
wild
yeah.
man.
Right, he's Rob Banks.
Oh, that's
Man.
sad, man.
and
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he lived right down. He lived in what the fuck is that? Glen
Rob
Ellen,
from-
maybe. You know that Lunar bar? Lunar. They sell like
Lunar?
their own beer. Yeah, like it's a
Oh,
place.
Lunar Brewing
Bobby's
Company. He's in
Yeah, yeah.
Lombard.
Lombard. He lived.
St. Charles Road.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
very
crazy.
fucking yeah. And he was really
Wow.
good on guitar, really, really, really good, and
He was good at robbing banks, too.
yeah, and he was very smart though. You'd
Yeah.
never know. Like he was
That's
very,
like-
very
yeah,
well
that's-
educated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
How old was he?
morons don't rob
He
banks.
was approximately 39, 40 years old
Yeah.
at the time. And
Wow.
yeah.
That's wild.
And he was in every band in prison. He played with the black dudes. He played with the hillbilly dudes. He played with the everybody. So he could play country, heavy metal, funk, blues,
Yeah.
jazz. He played with every band.
So he had a lot of time to learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
First time I heard him play, I'm like, because I seen all his tattoos, and I said to him, "How long were you in prison for? 12 years?" And he said, "Yeah, how'd you know? Exactly 12 years." And I go, "Because that's how good you are on guitar, dude. You're really fucking good."
Oh, man, that's wild. Well, what else is he going to do? with
Yeah,
it, you
and he
know?
said it was cool because he could kill time because it killed time
Yeah,
Yeah, I
in
bet.
between getting covered and
tats,
head
yeah.
to toe. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, though.
Very polite, very cool, very nice kid.
We'll never think of it.
No, very nice guy, great guy.
Yeah.
Super good on the guitar.
The banks rob us every single day.
Yeah.
Right,
And they don't
honestly.
get shit. Well, look at it. Even the crisis back in, 2008?
Yeah.
They get bailed out.
Yeah.
They get their golden
Right, and they get your
parachutes.
shit.
Nobody does
Are
jail
you going to
time.
bail out Mark when he needs
No,
it?
I can't even bank at Chase Bank because the fees and shit are just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
like I can't afford to put my money even on a checking account in this place.
Can't even
yeah,
afford to
yeah,
have
you got-
money.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's the crazy thing. Yeah, it is. It's depressing.
Hey, Mary!
Beer me.
So I have this crappy little online bank. That's really, I love it actually, but
Yeah.
Did you ever get your figure out how to get money out of it?
What, they give you like
Yeah,
a debit
yeah.
card or something?
yeah, exactly.
they're
Yeah,
gonna take
Yeah,
all Mark's
that's the
money.
way to go.
He could spend it, but he can't take it out.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. My credit card and debit card, it's like I'm changing it over. I have to change it to a new one like every other month or something because somebody's hacked into it.
Yeah, that
They
too.
got the
Yeah,
number.
that happens to me.
I remember
Really?
last time. Yeah, last time I went to my bank because my debit card got hacked. You know, they
Yeah.
sent me things like, "Hey, is this your purchase?" I'm like, "No, no, no."
Right.
All of a sudden,
Wow.
so I went in the next day to do it. I think I went in like 10, 11 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. And the teller's like, "Yeah, you're like the 5th person to come in this morning already."
So someone's
changing
going
over."
wild.
Oh yeah. Well, they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I
they
looked
do.
at my account and it said like it's smart how they do it. I don't know if it's got to be like Eastern Europe or
Somebody.
like Africa, or it looked like a www.att. But
it's
like
a
.u, it has
little
like
bit
something
different.
off, like a slash or something. So it looks like a real company, but it's not. And yeah, they know what they're doing, man. One guy
Yeah.
got greedy though. He tried to take $20,000,
Sure.
and it's like, really, buddy?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
let that happen. right?
Okay.
And it was like 20,000 to the T. It wasn't like 20,120.
Right.
It was like, come on, buddy. But look, I don't keep that much money in a bank account, anyways. That's just kind
Right.
of crazy.
Well, I don't have that much money, but if I did, I'd be fucking nervous. Here's the thing, man. What do? You give it, put it in the bank, the shit gets fucking taken digitally or fucking ripped off somehow. You have it in your house, someone fucking robs your house, and that's gone. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, so it's like, what do you do? It's got to be like handcuffed to your fucking hand.
Right,
you know?
walk around
You
the
gotta
briefcase.
walk around. the gun in your other hand.
I'll tell you, I always buried my money.
Yeah, that was the greatest thing. That story you told me about when they fucking raided you.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Genius.
Dude, I actually, just out of spite, I wanted to go back to the cops out there and tell them, like, listen, I'll charge you guys $20,000.
And I'll show you
I'll do
how I did
consulting,
it.
and I'll teach you guys how to actually
Find
raid
these-
a house and find shit. Like, you guys have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Because even, I remember going back, checking, because I used to put, like, stashes of, $1,000 wraps in, like, coat pockets or suit pockets in my closet.
Sure.
They didn't find shit. It was kind of comical. You give them something to find. Like, you have, like, a dummy safe. Oh, we found the jackpot.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you dumb fucks have no clue.
Man, you don't know who you fucking with.
Yeah, it was great. Crazy.
That's genius.
Yeah, man,
That's
fucking
genius shit.
It is.
That's what my grandfather was like, man. He, on his deathbed, my aunt is asking my grandfather, who's, gonna die sometime. He was never on a deathbed. He dropped dead. He lived up in,
Yeah.
to the last minute.
That's the way
She
you want to
said,
go.
yeah, but Dad, where's your money? Because he didn't use banks because he was like 20 years old when the Depression came. He said, your brother will find it, meaning my dad. And it was literally like plastered in the walls over headers in fucking.
Yeah.
At one time, my grandfather took some money out of a stash spot. And he's like, these motherfucking, the rats ate it, because he lived in a ghetto on the west side of Chicago. And fucking, the money was all chewed up, and it was a fat stack.
No shit, huh?
But all 20s and shit, but it was maybe
Still.
like 5 G's.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot of money back then.
So
man.
my dad
right?
said, we'll figure something out. My dad took the money, gets a hold of the Treasury Department,
That's what you do.
sends it to
yes.
them.
If you got serial numbers, they'll
And it
honor
took
it,
them
yeah.
a couple of years.
No, really?
But they replaced it.
Yeah, no, they will replace
This
it.
shit was so fucking chewed up. It was like a little circle of the money left in the middle.
Right.
Oh, man.
They
Like
get
they
the
ate
numbers
the
off
whole
it.
edges and made some like nesting out of it.
I was just
you
saying,
know?
it's like, yeah, did they eat it
$1 million
or
rat nest.
Oh, man.
Probably weren't thick enough they couldn't get through.
Serious. But no, that's where you hear all these
My
stories.
little brother once, my
Yeah, go
father
ahead.
had $5,000 on the dresser, and my brother climbed up the dresser, took the cuticle scissors, and
Started
up the
cutting
money
it.
Oh,
in
shit.
little pieces, and then neatly threw it all away in the garbage can. They cleaned up everything.
Oh, man.
And whatever. Where's the money? Where's the money? Couldn't find. Look at. Wow, there's the money. We finally figured out what happened. And yeah, they pieced it together. And as long as they get all the numbers, they will get the money. All of it back.
Yeah, at least it's the one guarantee you have. But that,
Yeah.
how frustrating that is. And like,
Yeah,
holy,
yeah.
like start fucking shaking shit. Like, holy
Oh,
crazy.
shit, dude.
But there's so many stories.
For my dad, it was just a pain in the ass because my grandfather was blowing his fucking stack,
Sure,
Yeah.
punching holes in the wall and shit. And,
Damn right.
going
Well, then you
nuts.
start freaking about everything that's in the walls,
Yeah, well,
unless it's like a coin.
Yeah,
But that's where
yeah.
you still hear these stories of people remodeling some old home,
sure.
and
they
like the
find
old
stuff.
person just keeled over and never told anybody where their stash was, or they forgot, they got senile, and a lot of money sitting in there.
Right.
And
Or
my-
they just can't remember where it was. Where the fuck was that?
Well, that's the other thing too. Yeah, my
know.
my dad's buddy, the plumber, he was working in a house, and this woman had $1,000 bills, like shit ton of them, and he's like, I think she forgot she had them because she
Sure.
told me to go
$1,000
$1,000 bills, like the old school ones.
Wow,
oh yeah,
dude.
she probably had. I think he said there was like 100 of them.
Those are worth a lot more than 1,000.
Exactly.
each.
Oh yeah, people pay big money for that shit, and she didn't. She just had them sitting out there. It's like, oh, he's like,
So
what the
yeah,
hell?
my dad had this store that sold really, really fucking fancy shit. The only people that came in were like drug dealers, pimps, mobsters, and gypsies who would buy alligator shoes and just real
the crazy shit, off
ostentatious
the wall
bullshit,
stuff, yeah.
very expensive shit and all this, And
They were nice shoes, man.
when the
I don't care what
gypsies
you
would
say.
come in, because what they would do.
They were real nice.
One
shoes.
guy's occupying your time while another guy's up
Yeah.
on your fucking second story already in your bedroom stealing the money. And so they would come in with money that they would steal from old people, and it would all be stacks of 20 silver certificates and stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad could see
He knew. Yeah.
that, yeah, they just ripped somebody off, and it was some old lady, and it's a shame, but he still took it, and he would
Oh, so, yeah. Somebody else
bring
was
it
doing
right to some collector and get whatever more
More
they're
value,
gonna
yeah,
give them.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't realize what they had.
No,
Or
they couldn't
just-
even read.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. The gypsies.
They couldn't read at all. They would come in and like one of my dad's employees, Billy, he'd charge him money for him to read a contract or some law thing they got in the mail or something, or sign something for them.
Yeah.
They usually just sign with a fucking X.
Yeah. Man, that's so crazy.
Could you imagine that?
I believe it though. That's how it's been going for many, many or many centuries. I should
Fucking
say.
getting money to read a fucking piece of paper.
Right. And then, well, even when you read it to the person too, they don't understand what you're telling them.
Well, no, they knew what you were saying. They understood English and shit. They just
Yeah, but did they comprehend?
If it's something from a lawyer, they ain't gonna.
No, hell no.
You got to break it down.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
If the guy reading it understands, even
Oh yeah, right. Tell you what, though,
got
that's what we're turning into again.
that's it.
It's cyclical. We're going back into that kind of stealing a lot of crazy shit. It's gonna be right back there.
Oh, it's getting really bad.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this stuff,
Bad.
well, I'm going to talk about bringing it to politics a little bit. I know
Let's hear
there's
it.
some stories, but what is it? Kamala's VP pick.
Oh yeah. What about
Walls,
this guy?
Tim
I don't know
Walls.
much. I hear he's a real piece of work though.
Oh man. Well, here's supposedly. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Because I'm trying not to pay attention to it any longer. I really
Yeah,
just
oh,
can't.
it's
I'm-
rough.
I'm done. Right.
supposedly
I'm done,
he was
so
her
fill me
13th
in.
pick. All the
Right,
other,
right.
All the other
Really?
people she asked to be VP, they're like,
She got
was number
turned down
13.
over
Yeah.
and over.
they're like, are you crazy? Yeah, this
That's
is like career
political,
suicide.
right? Political's career
This guy.
suicide. No.
No.
The 12
To
people
be
before
her
him.
VP. Yeah.
Oh.
The people she
everyone told her no.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy.
Hey, why don't you come and be on my side? Well, no, I want my career to continue.
Oh, nobody wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So he finally said yes to this fucking guy.
Yeah, this
So
guy.
he's 13th
Just as
pick.
bad as she is, obviously.
He's even worse.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this guy-
yeah.
Running Minnesota, he basically, there's a lot of Somalis out there. He basically changed the flag of Minnesota to represent, it almost looks like the Somalian flag.
Yes,
kidding me?
yes. He changed it from like a state seal, like Illinois looks, a round thing, to like
So now it has like a moon
some
star.
triangle with a star
Yeah,
and
triangle.
shit.
It's like purple. Yeah.
No,
And then-
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not good. That's not a good thing. to
Oh,
happen.
but that's like nothing compared to the
Well,
other
that's
stuff.
something.
Well,
That's just
compared
major,
to the other
actually.
stuff he's done.
Right.
So now he's passed legislation to get all illegals driver's licenses.
Okay, sure.
But it's like, oh yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Let them
yeah,
have,
yeah, no problem.
Then he also passed legislation that allows children to be taken from their parents if their parents don't support gender affirming
Right, I've heard about this one. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's ridiculous. California too
Crazy.
wants to do that.
Yeah. Well, then he also set up a hotline so you can tell on your neighbor if they were violating COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
And then he said,
Knock out your neighbors.
yeah,
Is
he
that
said
ridiculous?
that
Yeah.
socialism is neighborliness.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, okay, this is how it should start.
No. This is how communism starts. That's exactly what.
Yeah.
You know.
But then he said the other
don't
thing too.
want.
He said that hate speech and misinformation is not free speech. Yeah, and it's like I get the hate speech part.
Sure,
But here's
yes,
the thing.
right.
We have the First Amendment, and,
Yes,
and the other thing
right.
is misinformation. So who's telling us this is misinformation?
Right. Exactly.
It's just
The
it's
encouraging
really,
the turning in part is really bad because I'm worried my next door neighbor, he fucking hates me. My one side, the guy
Yes,
loves me,
right.
but the other side,
That's all it takes too. Is then for
he'll
someone
fucking
to not
drop
like
a
you.
dime on me in a fucking
Make up a
heartbeat.
story
even
about
that's
you.
the thing. Even if it's a bullshit story,
Yeah.
then all of a
That's
sudden
what
you're
happens.
being
That's what-
investigated.
This is exactly the Democratic Party right now is how communists started around the world for centuries.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
happening right now
That's
here in
how it
America,
goes.
and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Give
and worse.
us your guns. We'll be fine.
And that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
It's been going on for a long time, and it's starting to come to the fucking
Well,
head,
even
I'm
the other
afraid.
thing with Kamala too, they're saying not her debates, but her rallies she's having. I saw,
AI.
Yeah, they're saying the pictures in the background, if you zoom in, you can't really see the
All the
faces.
faces are
Oh,
kind of
no
blurry. It
shit.
looks like
And
you're
it's-
looking at an
Wow,
album cover
they're
for a
really
Ted
doing
Nugent
it,
concert
yeah.
in
Yeah.
1975
I believe
where
that.
the
I mean, I told
film
you,
is
man, I
blurry.
bet.
Yeah, but the thing
Oh,
is, you don't really notice unless you really zoom in and
Holy
look.
fucking
Yeah.
Star Trek.
And so
man.
now there's this new fucking program, Mark, where you could just run things through like a paper or a picture or a
Yeah.
movie, and the AI machine will tell you this is real or
Oh,
no,
okay.
that's
Well, good.
AI.
Right.
And they said this is an AI image when you fucking feed
All
in the
these rallies and
Kamala's
shit.
rallies.
Because I've
It's
seen all over the
crazy.
place how well she's doing. Everyone says, "Oh, she's doing great. Trump's running
And you know what I
scared."
saw? You know what was something
And I'm like,
cool
come on,
I
this
saw
can't be
today?
true.
Trump's like, you know what? She drew 2,000 people once. He goes,
Okay.
if I drew 2,000 people, you guys would say, oh, he's failing. He's like, that's
Yeah.
nothing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, back when she was actually going to be nominee for the presidential run, I don't think anybody voted for her. And
Nobody
now-
did. She had to drop
Right.
out
Yes.
first fucking
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
She couldn't
Well-
even get a delegate.
Well, what's her
a
name
thing
actually
around.
ripped her apart? Who's the woman from Hawaii?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. Oh,
Love
she's
her.
fantastic. And after that too, now they actually labeled Tulsi a terrorist.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And it's
bet
like,
they
are
did.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
They certainly did. She's been getting followed around. This is
Yeah.
open
Yes,
knowledge. She's been getting followed around by 2 U.S. Marshals everywhere she goes, unbeknownst to her. Like
Right.
when she gets on an airplane, they're on the plane. When
Yeah.
she does this, they're there. And
Oh,
she
my goodness.
has no idea. And her husband and her fucking family, everybody's getting followed.
Yeah, didn't
And
Hillary call her like a Russian spy or like a Russian
Right.
asset?
She is so American, that broad is so cool.
Seriously.
Tulsi is fucking
no.
cool, man.
These
Any-
people in power are really, really in power. This is not right, man.
Yeah,
This
is
not.
pretty damn scary.
Yeah.
Well, even
Well,
J.D. Vance, when he came off his plane, walked over to Kamala's
And said, I want to
place.
see what my new plane is going to
Yeah, and then he's like, well, how come, you guys are all here? Has Kamala come out to talk to you guys, this and that? He's actually a really good speaker. He's
JD
gonna-
is cool.
He's going to tear her apart.
He's very highly educated. Where'd he go? Harvard? Harvard was it?
I think he did go to Harvard.
And, he came from being raised by his grandmother with a junkie mom,
Junkie
with every
mother.
fucking
Yeah.
thing possible strike against you
Right,
to
right.
fail. If
I heard
anyone could
about
cry
this, yeah.
victim, it would be
Yeah.
JD. But he's the wrong color. But people forget that, there's a
But
lot of
he's
poor
weird.
white people. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's real weird. He's fucking normal.
But it's crazy how
His wife is pretty good looking too.
Yeah, Indian
Usha.
woman. And I think
Usha.
they're good friends with Ramas. What's his name? Vivek?
Ramaswamy.
Yeah. Well, not, was it? What's his,
Vivek Ramaswamy.
is that his last name? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
that's
that
it.
guy.
He's
sounds
smarter
like a
than a
swami.
fucking whip.
He is. But all these, that's the problem is these guys are corrupt too. Like even JD.
Right, it's-
even JD, you know how he came on the scene?
The goal is the same for all of
Yeah,
them.
Peter Thiel. I think he has like 10 or 15 million donated to him for his like Senate race.
Okay, well, I'm not familiar with
Peter Thiel, he created PayPal with Elon. He's got
I heard that
Mega
Elon
bucks.
didn't invent PayPal and he bought it from somebody.
Tesla he bought from somebody.
Yeah, but I heard some inside shit. Now, I don't know.
PayPal?
But I'm probably wrong. This is some, you read so much shit on the internet from people that are, with love and hate in their heart. So you know what the fuck is
They
true.
could have. I mean, it could have been like a CIA thing that they created, but CIA can't.
Like when he was a little boy, he had enough money to like trade
Yeah,
like
he's always been
rubies.
rich.
and
Yeah, well, I think their
fucking-
family, like his
Yeah, his mom's
grandfather.
super rich. She's some kind of.
Yeah, his grandfather would fly across the
I don't know what
world
she
in
did, I
planes,
forget. Yeah.
and like when he would fly somewhere and need to refuel, and they didn't have certain fuel or something, he'd have to rebuild the engine on the spot to make sure whatever fuel they had there
Would
so he could
handle it
Fly.
and-
Yeah, but he comes from a pretty creative family. But I think they had like I don't know if it was a ruby business or something.
And now that's what he was trading, rubies. And I also heard that there was this lady that would babysit him, and she'd go in the room, and he'd be like, sitting there laughing or whatever, playing as a little kid. There'd be like some vortex open in the closet and shit floating around the room and his
he's
toys
got some
flying
demonic
around.
connection.
Like,
Muzz, I never heard that. That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
he's-
No, I mean, now this is some lady that claims to be was his babysitter or
Right.
shit. Who knows how true this
She's
is? I
some
have
kind
no
of
idea.
clairvoyant or something
Yeah.
too. Is
Was
she
it like
not?
that Jamaican woman that we saw like in the 2000s on
No, it's
Chloe
not.
or whatever?
It's not Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man, you
I saw
send me
Elon back in the
$50, man. I tell you everything you need to hear, man.
I'll tell you
stars
all
are with
about
you.
I'll tell you all about Elon. Well, here. So, did you see the other thing with Elon? You know, he made that AI basically generated video of Kamala.
Yes, yes,
You know,
that was
joking
great.
around.
That
And
was
then
great.
Gavin Newsom came out and he's like, "Well, within a couple weeks, I'm going to have some legislation drawn up where you can't do this anymore, this or that."
Oh,
and then,
boy.
here. So you got to.
What a crybaby.
This is great. So Elon came back.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
He says Elon's
Like,
like.
upset about.
He's
what
like,
he
well,
did.
Newsom, I
Yeah.
checked with renowned world authority, Professor Sug on these nuts, and he said parody is legal in America. And like,
Nice.
dude, you gotta love him for that. That's
And just
hilarious.
recently, fucking greasy Gavin Newsom has been picking up garbage and shit by the side of
You
the
see
road
that?
to try and make himself presidential.
Come
And
on, really?
And he's saying communities that don't clean up this mess, and you're gonna get your funding cut off, and that's it. And now all of a sudden,
serious?
it's like, okay, now he wants to get rid of like the bums and the junkies.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they gonna go?
Well, he
for
said,
one
yeah,
thing?
he wants to get rid of all the encampments.
Yeah,
But where are they going to go? He encourages all this drug use and shit. They didn't all start out homeless.
Right.
They went there from a home
They promoted it.
and went to go party balls and didn't care if they live in a tent because the weather's okay. And
Well, they
they're
gave him
fucking-
vending machines that had
Yeah.
crack pipes, needles, all that crap. They let
Come
him.
on, really?
Oh yeah,
Dude, you never saw that? Dude, they got vending machines with crack pipes.
Really?
There's needles,
Narcan.
rubbers,
Oh
Narcan.
shit!
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
And
sin
a
machine.
couple of other hygiene things, and
Yeah.
everything's fucking always
Right.
gone
Well,
except for like the toothbrush or the tampon.
Right,
There
yeah,
was
right.
something real important that's never
Right.
used,
Right. Your
but the
most
fucking
basic
needles are
hygiene.
gone in
Right.
a half hour.
and they let all those people rob the CVS.
and
all them.
it
stores.
shouldn't even be called a vending machine
Yeah.
because it doesn't take money.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely free.
Free.
Oh.
You just go D5.
And
Oh, and
it
I want
pops
a
out
crack
for you.
pipe too. Okay, 7,
kidding me.
8,
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
That's
Little
really bad.
screw machine and the
Yeah,
thing
the
falls.
world is bad. That's bad. That's bad.
And they put him in, okay, you put it in the neighborhood.
Right. Where.
And now
going on.
it
And now-
attracts the junkies
Right.
to the machine where you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the free crack pipe. Now, it'd be convenient to smoke crack right there.
Right.
And it,
We saw- it's a dealer
obviously
now.
what happens.
Well, or you go to the children's park where the children play, and you
Yeah.
go shoot up, and you're smoking rocks, and then you throw your shitty needle in the
Well, that's just rude, I
in the
know.
grass and all that stuff.
I gotta
Really
save
do
nothing.
that,
I'm getting
yeah.
a new one.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Throw it right there.
Well, that should be.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
It's disturbing.
Right.
And
Now-
I've seen people getting interviewed where
They shouldn't do that.
because everybody, to the junkie, they think everybody's a junkie.
Right.
But there's way more normal people, and like the people in the apartment building where the machine is in front of their fucking
They're not
door,
all
they're like,
junkies in there,
this
right?
is fucking bullshit, man.
It's like our property value's going.
Yeah, these assholes are all hanging around now,
Yeah,
right.
because of this fucking machine.
Well, there's a reason why a lot of big businesses are leaving California. It doesn't make sense for them
Yeah.
to stay there.
What just left? Also, the drug dealers would obviously go hang out right by the
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
You could see one of the
yeah.
gangs around here telling their a younger kid, "Hey, go hang out by that machine over there."
Yeah. Why it's even like
and
my
he'd
sister.
and he'd be coming back, going, "Man, I made a killing. I sold out 3 times." And,
Yeah.
and
They
so
know when
then
it
that would be
refills.
it. That would be a
Well, that's where
fucking
just
new dope spot.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, then the gangs start taking over and they start running everything. Even my sister lives in Texas. She's like, I was gonna, we're planning a girls' trip to Napa, and she's like, it's cheaper to fly into Oakland. Should I fly into Oakland? I'm like,
maybe-
well, I'm like, well, Oakland's a shithole. But the thing is, If you're
If
just
you're
going to
just
get a car
passing
and
through,
drive
yeah.
out of there,
Yeah.
you're fine. But yeah, don't be staying in Oakland. 'Cause-
Yeah, I saw a video of this. Oakland is really bad.
Oh, Oakland's really
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Don't
all
get a
really bad.
hotel there because it's way
No.
cheaper.
Well, as I
because
say-
there's a
No, no.
reason.
Right.
And don't stop anywhere in Oakland with bags in your car or anything because your windows will
the
get
guy,
Mm-hmm.
he lived there and he went back. He said it was absolutely amazing how bad it's. I mean, it was always bad, but now it's really bad.
Well,
Horribly
back
bad,
in the
like,
70s, we
disgustingly
would
bad.
go to California all the time with the family vacations, visit my aunt and uncle, my mom's brother, and my dad. When we would drive, when everyone would go, he would drive us everywhere, and he'd be like, "Let's go to Oakland." You know, he would go. He would show us everything. So
Yeah.
I saw a lot of California.
You see the good and the bad.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And it's like as soon as you cross that bridge, it was like kind of like fucking a
like
movie, like Escape from New York or something.
Yeah, or like what's it, Chevy Chase with the vacant roll them up.
Yeah, roll 'em up,
You
because
probably
St.
never
Louis.
seen it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you had the
Oh no,
gunshots, yeah.
I've seen a lot
Roll
of
'em up.
those vacation ones.
Yeah. And he stops to ask for directions. Like, man, which way to go? And these guys are all taking the hubcaps
Yeah,
off and
yeah,
everything off. Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, Chevy Chase, those vacation movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Ben, kids. There's
Yeah.
Big Ben. Big Ben again.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I remember when me and my buddy drove to California when we moved out there, 20 years ago. We stopped in St. Louis because my buddy was.
Why?
Yeah, well, it was our first stop. My buddy's brother was down there, so
Oh,
we went and
okay.
saw a Cardinals game, and we went to the casino.
Oh wow.
So we stopped in this hotel, and it was just a shitty hotel, and we go in there. A black guy behind the counter, he's like,
Gave you a warning.
"Yeah," he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" He's like, "We're looking for a hotel." He's like, "Listen, white boys."
Yeah.
He's like, "You guys don't
Not
want to
here.
stay here."
Right.
He's like, "This is not a good part of town for you guys." He's like,
We played there.
yeah, he's like,
once
"You
on
guys want to
tour.
go?" He's like, "Go over here. It's a little better for you guys." And he was straight up with us.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
nice.
that's-
You know?
The fans
Like,
in
"Thank
the
you."
crowd were like, "Why are you guys playing here?" Like scared for us and shit. And then shit did go down later that night because a couple of the chicks wanted to stay out too late and
Well, that's when that shit happened.
yeah, and they were amazed that we went there. And then I thought about it. Of all the fucking tours Matt would book for us that we went continually for fucking 12, 13 years straight, nonstop, we never once played in St. Louis.
yeah. Well,
And I told them that. I go, I fucking toured my ass off. I never played in St. Louis in my life. I said, I've never really been to a place where people were asking me, why did I come to this?
yeah, that's crazy.
where they're admitting that. Like,
Yeah.
why
Why
would
are
you
you
come
here?
here?
Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I never realized St. Louis was that bad.
Yeah. That's where I learned that was the city where, because I spent some time there because that's where the girl in our band had a mental breakdown and we ended up there for like 2 solid fucking days.
Oh my lord.
And if you make eye contact with someone, they ask you for money.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh, geez.
So as soon as you make eye contact with somebody, they're going to ask you for money. It's
Wow.
unbelievable, no matter who they are. Every old lady, boy, man, child, girl.
Oh, jeez.
It's really wild. And then I figured out the only defense against it is to
Ask
ask
them.
them first
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
you got a
Ask
dollar?
That's smart though. You know.
And then the one lady, and the girls were coming out of this. It's Thanksgiving night, and we just had some turkey sandwich in a bar, and some fucking old lady comes up to us, and it was fucking colder than fuck outside. It was 2017, winter 2017. It was cold that year. Anyways, she's like, "Oh, thank you." The girls gave her some change. Now I could go to Wendy's and get a coffee, and they're like, "Why are all these bums talking about Wendy's?" I go, "'Cause it's open all night and it's fucking freezing out and they need something to
Warm up.
buy
Go to the Wendy's,
or else
yeah.
they'll get kicked
They
out."
can
And they're
stay
like,
in there. Yeah.
"Oh my God," they didn't know that. And they're like, "Wait a minute, wait." And they chase her down the street. You're like, "Here."
Yeah. That's
Giving her all this money. I'm like, "You guys are very sweet."
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, I get it. You feel bad for him.
Yeah,
but
well,
same
yeah.
man.
And it was fucking cold out, man.
Yeah.
And if I worked at Wendy's and they didn't have money for a coffee, I'd let it fucking
Give 'em the
slide.
fucking coffee.
Yeah,
Jeez
right?
Louise.
I got
Well,
money for
especially when
coffee.
it's that cold out, man.
For them, right?
Yeah, it is. That's craziness.
That was an interesting Thanksgiving.
I say so.
That was when Gabby, that chick, fucking decided to have an orgy because it was her birthday and didn't tell her husband. I told you that story.
Yeah,
Jeez,
right.
Didn't tell
And
her
they got all
husband.
depressed about it.
And we're the only two guys, and we don't have any roadies with us because we're no money involved.
Yeah.
And fucking, so we come in walking in because we got to pack the gear and drive the van. So we come walking in a little late, and things are already happening.
You're like,
Yeah. I was fucking like, oh my God, this is excellent. But the guy was really, really pissed off because that was his wife.
Yeah.
And he didn't even she didn't even tell him, hey, I'm gonna.
oh man.
Did she think he was
She-
going
has
to
she
go
ever-
for this?
has she
Did
done
you-
something
I don't
like that
even
before?
think. No, he didn't. He was fucking pissed. No, I don't know if he thought that. But he fucking met the bitch on Tinder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you married some chick you met on Tinder?
How long did they know each other before they were married?
I was just say it doesn't sound like
Not
long.
very long.
Oh,
And
well,
it was
there you
weird.
go.
It was like it was November. We were on tour. It was November. He like married her in July.
Oh damn.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong? You should not be shocked.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah,
Right,
she's
yeah.
like she was shacking up with you in the wintertime, and then summertime
And
came
married
around.
you, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you
you
shouldn't
know,
be
look
shocked.
at you. The
And,
dude
and
was
really,
fucking.
and the girl, if she's going to plan an orgy, you should let your married
Husband-
partner
yeah, right.
know beforehand. If you
Yes.
find out it was okay with your
Yeah,
spouse.
at least
really.
have them organize it for you.
Because they're gonna
Right.
fucking, if
might
they don't
wanna-
take it the right way, and then
Yes,
of course
you
a
don't wanna have
fight
a big
broke
fight
out.
after
Yeah.
your orgy.
And her,
Like
you know what her
husband-
argument was?
Oh man.
Her argument was, "But it's my birthday. I want to party."
She's got a point.
Like I say, it's getting worse and worse. The world is
Jeez,
just going
yeah,
to
right.
shit, man. I
That's
mean,
her argument. It was my
Yeah,
birthday.
it was amazing.
Oh jeez. Oh man.
I'm real fast. I'm gonna run upstairs and get a couple more beers for us.
What are we?
Oh,
at?
we're at an hour and 5
Are we?
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, well, we can wrap it up.
we can. That was real
was a
good.
good- that was a
boy.
good pod. That was a
Yeah,
good pod.
Yeah.
Two
We
two
missed
bad
needles.
needles. Yeah.
I don't
Well-
know if our advertisement can help them.
I don't
Our
know
sponsor?
either. I don't know.
if it
Here's the
can.
thing: they don't really do house calls. Here, needles.
I mean, they deal with animals and they deal with humans, but
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a little out of their spectrum.
mostly of just the venereal areas.
Yeah.
My one friend had a band when they were kids called Venery, and it means the hunt of sexual pleasure or something.
Oh, really?
Anyway, that's a pretty cool fucking
It
name
is.
for a metal
Yes, I
band
didn't
when
know what it
you're a
meant.
kid, man.
That's wild.
Very.
Yeah, you look that up. They were looking up probably venereal disease in the dictionary like kids do. You look up all those different words.
Yeah, right. That's actually
Pretty
pretty,
cool.
wild. It is.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. I want to say thank you to Leonard. I know he's listening. He's my one guy that's fucking
Leonard's
gives
the
me
man.
critique and comments.
Bought a few beers too. Leonard's a good guy.
Leonard has been keeping I got to say, besides Tom's Free Clinic, Automotive, and Veterinarian Services, Leonard has been keeping us stocked with beers because none of the big companies stepped forward from just a simple fucking beer sponsorship for the Larry and Needle show. It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, especially when
In a way.
Paps has that new like
couldn't get
180
any
pack out.
sponsors?
Yeah.
It could have easily sent
Mark,
one there.
did you see this new...
Anheuser-Busch wouldn't sponsor you.
Dude, they got this new Pabst giant case that
No, I
literally
haven't
you will need like a small dolly.
Yeah,
It
what is
is
it?
a
Is
hun-
it
what-
180 or something?
yeah,
180
108,
beers in a case.
Yeah.
or it might be 108.
Oh, yeah, it's something, but it's
108. Well,
it's
it's
a lot.
it looks
Yeah.
like a 30 pack, but it's just
massive,
giant,
yeah,
like
right.
the
Yeah,
Sears
108
Tower
beers,
of
huh?
30 packs.
Wow. That's incredible. Like it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh yeah.
God.
John Little came over the other day. It's still in my fridge. He came over with 2 beers. One for me, one for him. The giant Budweiser's the largest fucking can of beer I ever saw. I'll show it to you when we go down. I'm thinking, what the fuck, dude? That is insanity, man. It's just like a giant fucking beer. You're drunk after one beer.
Yeah.
That's like one of those, I'm just having one, honey.
right.
I love it. So if you got a gerbil and it's stuck in your ass, call Tom's Free Clinic.
You gotta have a little rhyme, though. If you got a gerbil and he's stuck in your ass, We won't ask.
Yeah, there
Maybe
you go.
something, you know.
Yeah.
But that was really good. I don't mean
I
to
was
cut
trying-
you
that's-
down. I don't
that's
mean to cut you
Needles.
down. That was real
That's
good.
Needle's specialty.
Shouldn't cut down an improv because that really was good.
Yeah,
Mine
that-
wasn't
that one
much
hurt.
better except one more word that
But
rhymed
it
added
did
on.
work, though. Yeah, it did work. We need Needles back.
Yeah, and thanks for Mark. And
Yeah. Thanks for coming by.
it's kind of like the core fucking group in a way.
All right. Because
The
yeah,
core
you've done a
floaters.
handful of episodes.
Yeah.
Mark, in the beginning before we had pictured, Mark
Live.
was on a lot of them,
Yeah.
man. We almost
As I say, I've
every
heard a bunch
time
of
we
them.
did it, we were doing it.
Yeah. That's to say, I've heard a bunch of
I
them.
forgot. Well, I'll look into it and I'll let you guys know next time. Maybe
It's nice having a foursome.
the episode where Mark has a complete fucking nervous breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
but that's
it's good.
unfortunately before we had pictures.
Those are
But
good times.
it was when he first fucking got into the rabbit hole of heavy conspiracy
Yeah,
theories and started
yeah.
realizing
Right.
what
I
the
found
fuck
it
was
all
actually
true.
happening.
Yeah.
And he thought they were gonna come and chop his head off. We were all gonna be
Right.
killed.
Beheadings. Don't be surprised.
It's like I'm not coming over to your house anymore. I'm never going on the show again.
They know I'm there.
I'm like, dude, we're not that bad. We're just
They're watching
repeating
and
shit we
listening.
read online.
It's all recorded now. They're gonna go back and use it.
Yeah.
They'll come anytime anything you said now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's a
especially
good.
doing an AI search. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's a
Good
good
time.
thing none of us are ever looking for like a serious job or something.
Right.
A political
They
position.
could literally find out every word you've
And
spoken.
the other thing is a lot of the things that people say, oh, you did this and you did that. If you say, yeah, so fucking what? It kills like the whole thing in a way right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, well, because if you get all
You did
scared,
this,
then
you did
yeah.
that. Yeah, and
Right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. What's your
and I
point?
still think that.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll do it again.
And again and again and again.
Yeah,
Just like needles, man.
exactly.
He'll always want to lock horns and fucking disagree, even if he agrees, and that's just what he's going to do. You know, you can't get mad at someone and hold against them for that, and that's what this kind of society
Well,
is
that's what
today.
we're losing.
It's
that.
like people lose
Yeah.
jobs over something they
Well,
said
soon they're gonna
when they
chop
were
your head off.
16 because it's digitally saved.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not fair.
No.
That's dumb.
No.
Think of the
It's-
dumb fucking shit we say.
Yes.
And especially when you're young. Now,
Right.
everything's forgotten because we didn't have
Yeah.
Right.
the
No
internet,
records of it.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's fucking
Everyone-
ridiculous to
everyone
hold
would be
that shit.
canceled, yeah.
Oh, that guy's fucking racist. Oh, he's xenophobic. Why? Because I repeated like a dice joke, maybe,
Right.
or
Yeah,
who
right.
knows what it was? But
Yeah,
the smallest fucking thing. You're canceled for life. You'll never get another job. You'll never fucking
Yeah.
work in Hollywood. You hear me, kid?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
disturbing.
Never
It
serve
is.
lunch in this town again.
Yeah,
That's why I'm glad I grew up when I did.
me too.
Now, man, these kids, I feel for them, man. Oh boy,
How about it, man?
it is scary.
My
Yep.
friend Johnny's telling me all the time, man, I can't get my fucking kid to leave. You know, he's like a 19-year-old boy. For one thing, my dad already would have kicked my ass out. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
19-year-old boy. He can't even get the kid to leave his room.
Really?
Hey, that's
Yeah, all his friends are on the computer already.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know,
19, John Anthony
you
never
got
left his room.
porn. You don't even care about pussy yet.
Yeah.
You know, all I thought about was getting laid and getting the
Yeah.
fuck out of the house
Right?
as soon
Yeah,
as
we
I
never
could.
were home.
So
But
I
of
still
course,
think
I didn't
about-
have a continual stream of porn. I don't know.
No,
I hope to
right.
think that I would have still been the same way, but maybe I wouldn't. Who knows what the
Right, right.
fuck,
Yeah.
how that would
It's
affect you
scary.
as a kid.
Yeah, right.
Not to mention, when you finally do get a chick, you're going to think that she wants to do all this freaky, fucking weird
Right.
shit.
Unless you've been
Because you're
watching
watching
porn,
such
too.
weird shit on pornography
Yeah.
that normal people wouldn't really
Don't
fucking
really
agree
watch it,
to.
right.
Yeah, that 99%
Yeah.
of the population doesn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless she's
But-
been watching
and
it
you're
too.
puzzled because you're all jaded. You're going, but why, honey?
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Oh, I love it.
you're way out of fucking whack. Anyways,
So appreciate you listening, watching.
yeah, I'm gonna do a special fucking outro with the long song again,
Nice.
just because this is such a special episode. And
like,
I like
share,
the song.
subscribe,
yes,
Yeah.
all that jazz.
all that jazz. Have a great,
Pray for Needles and his
Yeah.
gerbils.
yeah, especially the gerbils.
Yeah,
No, those poor gerbils.
because they're going to be in trouble.
I'm not gonna play the intro. I'll do the outro. They're the ones that need the most prayers.
Yeah.
Have a great evening. Peace.
Bad gerbils.
Larry and Needle Show.